Hey guys, welcome back to Living 757. Patricia, we all
Yes.
know summertime is coming
Yes.
up. Oh yeah, so that
Thanks,
means more people is going to be outside, as well as potential dog bites, and even the smallest dogs can nip at your ankles. The question is, who's at fault? Is it you? Is it the owner? Well, here to help us out with that and answer those questions is attorney at law from Huffman Huffman, brothers at law, Mr. Nick Woodhouse. Nick,
Yes.
can you shed
How are
some
you?
light on
Thank you
who's
for
in
having me
trouble?
here today.
Yeah.
And I'm happy to see if we can shed some light on that.
Okay.
And time out, right here. I have a quick question, very quick question. Nick, a couple weeks ago, we have an incident. Quincy hit really hard on me. Should I have an injury claim against my coworker?
Generally, if you're hurt at work, you would have a workers' compensation claim. It's not something that we handle, but we handle personal injury claims. We can point you in the right direction and go from there.
Right.
But sounds like he was a little bit too aggressive. I don't know. I don't want to say anything.
All right.
Thank you,
You didn't
Nick.
have
Thank
to
you.
feed
He
into the
understands my
whole thing.
point.
All right. Well, lucky for me, I won't be in trouble today, but it is Dog Bite Awareness Week, okay?
Absolutely.
So from the start, what should a person do if they get bit by a dog?
Well, if you can identify who the owner of the dog is, get their name, address, contact animal control or the police, that's going to be your best bet at that point.
So immediately, so don't cry or nothing.
Well,
just go find the owner after you get bit.
you got to know who the dog owner is.
Yeah.
Otherwise, because you can't sue a dog.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
what?
you can't.
You know what? There are ways.
So how about I have a situation if I'm in the park with my kid and a just dog approach my son or my whoever is with me, right? My relative, and the dog have no leash, just come and bite my son and just run away, or the owners just grab it really quick and take it home back. How do I follow my case from there? Because I'm taking care of my son first or my child.
Well, you know, one thing to look at, a lot of people have ring footage now, so you may be able to identify where that dog resides,
Okay.
where the dog lives. Then you can identify the dog owner, have animal control, the police respond to them, get a name and address, and potentially get some insurance coverage. Because that's the key here. In terms of compensating you for your injuries, we need to have insurance coverage.
So we should go to the hospital if it's the injury is
Absolutely.
significant, and then after that we can just have you guys have a lawyer that can
Yes.
guide us through the process, right?
Absolutely. Huffman Huffman handles many dog bites. I've handled several personally, and that's something that we handle every day.
Okay, so I got to throw
Because
a
some
wrench
people
in.
they don't know where to start, Quincy. You know, it's hard.
Well, you know, I'm going to throw a wrench in the whole thing. So you're in court, and the owner didn't bite anybody, but the owner has to defend the dog. Is the dog ever called up on the stand?
Good question. Good question. Well, the dog can't talk. He's not going to be testifying in court, but the owner is, and that's going to be the key. And the key is going to be proving that the owner was negligent, because either that dog had a propensity to bite, and maybe that owner should have known that, and the negligence happened. So that's what we have to prove.
So now you say something very important, like when the owner is negligent because something that he thinks maybe he's doing it right. If I'm in a complex apartment or in a neighborhood, and I say, oh, my dog knows this area very well, I don't have to put a leash. That's something that is not right to do, right? Even if the dog knows the area, we have to put a leash. I think every time that we're outside.
Now, you never know what the
Exactly.
dog is going to do. You've got to keep it on a leash.
Always on a leash. Every time
Always
that you
on
are
the leash.
outside, walking your dog,
Absolutely.
just going for a party, whatever it is the situation, you have to put
Because
it on the leash.
you, as the owner, you're going to be on the hook if that dog bites somebody.
Exactly.
You never know what's going to happen. So I would recommend leashing the dog and always having the dog under control. That's one of your duties under the law. You've got to keep that animal under control because it is an animal.
Yeah.
All right, so I got one last question.
Yes,
okay?
sir.
So let's say the dog is not on a leash, right? But the dog didn't really bite the person, but the person is trying to make this up like the dog bit him. But is the owner still in trouble because the dog should have been on the leash? So even if the dog didn't bite in that case, have you
you've
ever
got to
had a case
have,
like that?
in order to maintain a personal injury claim, you've got to have an injury. So if there's no injury,
Exactly.
no foul.
Okay, all right, so it's
I mean,
not
you
so
have
much
to
about...
prove that
But
something
just
happens.
because there's not a bite doesn't mean that there can't be an injury. That dog could jump on somebody, knock them down. They could go and break a wrist as they're falling down. That happens all the time.
Okay.
So it doesn't
Nick-
have to be a bite, but
Okay.
Exactly. Any tips that we can give our viewers when they, summers, it's a beautiful day, you want to be with your pets outside, anything that we can
Well, I love,
advise?
we've got dogs. Keep your dog on a leash.
Yes.
Maintain control over them. Never just assume that they are going to act accordingly.
Exactly.
Awesome.
That's
Well,
what you
thank you
gotta
so
do.
much. And of
Yes.
course, the information is on the screen. If you are in trouble or if you need help, you
Yes.
call the brothers-in-law there at Huffman Huffman. Thank you so much for
Thank
stopping
you.
by.